about secondary growth. What is secondary growth? To understand it, we'll understand what is primary growth. When I said you about meristems, I said you there are three types of meristems. What are they? First one is apical meristem. Second one is intercalary meristem. Third one is lateral meristem. Among them, whatever growth that occurs from apical and intercalary meristems is called as primary growth. Why? Because they are primary meristems. These two are primary meristems. Primary meristems. Why they are called primary meristems? They are present only in the early stages. That means when the leaf is newly forming, at that time in that location it is there. Once it is completely formed, it is not there. Okay? It moves forward. Okay? But this secondary meristem is present lifelong. At any stage of life it is present. So the parts of plants which are formed during that initial growth stage are called as primary growth, which are formed later after the completely grown, somewhere in between tissues are required and growth is occurring. Then it is called as lateral meristem, secondary growth. Secondary growth occurs from secondary meristem, that is secondary meristem. Okay. So where is it present when we discussed about vascular bundle? I said you that vascular bundles, some of the vascular bundles like those in dicot plants have a small cambium tissue in between. Cambium tissue in between. This cambium tissue that is present between xylem and phloem is called as secondary meristem, lateral meristem. So this is a cambium tissue. Where it is present? Between xylem and phloem. It is present between xylem and phloem. This cambium, which is present between xylem and phloem, is called as fascicular cambium. Fascicular cambium. These are medullary rays. So between xylem and phloem, whatever parenchyma tissue is present, it is called as medullary rays. We have discussed in dicot stem. So in medullary rays, this cambium tissue will grow like this. First it is formed between xylem and phloem. Later it grows between this xylem and phloem in the medullary rays region. And this part of cambium tissue is called as interfascicular cambium. Why it is present between fascicular cambium? That is called as interfascicular cambium. Now it forms a complete tree. Okay. So those, when new cells are produced, they are distributed in this direction as well as this direction. In this direction as well as this direction. Okay. So those which are produced from interfascicular cambium, they help in growth of this pith region. Those which are produced from fascicular cambium, they help in growth of xylem and phloem. Okay. Those, see the cambium tissue is present in between like this. Those tissues which grow towards the xylem will develop to form secondary xylem. Those which grow towards phloem form secondary phloem. So those which are formed here, secondary xylem. And those which are formed here, secondary phloem. Secondary phloem. Okay. So, I said you that the primary phloem has primary phloem is present, but secondary phloem, secondary phloem is present, but primary phloem is not present. I said why? Because see, when this growth is occurring, the second primary phloem is getting occupied and crushed off. Okay, but here the secondary phloem will be preserved here. But in case of a, this is primary phloem. This is primary xylem, this is secondary xylem. This is primary phloem, this is secondary phloem. This is primary phloem, this is secondary phloem. In the same way, this is secondary xylem, this is primary xylem. Okay, that which is near to cambium is secondary, that which is far away from cambium is primary. Okay, when growth occurs, the stem moves, girth of the stem moves out like this. As a result, what happens? This secondary xylem will be occupied slowly, so it gets crushed. As a result, the secondary phloem will not be visible. When the stem gets completely developed, secondary xylem, secondary phloem is not visible. Secondary phloem gets crushed off. Okay. So that is about a fascicular interfascicular cambium. And this cambium tissue has different colors for different seasons. You might have seen when a wood is cut. If you have not seen, you see next time when a cut wood is seen, you will see there are so many rings inside that cut part of stem. Okay, when you observe the cut stem like this, you will see there are ring-like structures. Why these ring-like structures will develop? That we'll discuss now. The secondary that growth can be divided into autumn wood and spring wood. Autumn wood and autumn or spring wood. Autumn wood and spring wood. Spring wood is fresh, more xylem elements means either it is vezels or it is tracheids. Okay, I said you those plants which have tracheids have no vezels. Those which have vezels have no tracheids. So these elements of xylem are fresh looking in case of spring. The wood that is secondary phloem, secondary growth that occurs during the spring season. The vezels and tracheids are very fresh looking with greater lumen, that means inner space will be more. Okay, in case of vezels it will not be narrow like this, it will be wider, so this space is more. Okay, so it looks very fresh and easily transports more amount of water compared to autumn wood that is in leaf fall season. This tracheids or vessels are narrow and conduct less amount of water. So as a result, this autumn wood looks darker and spring wood is lighter in color. So when secondary growth occurs in 1 year, first layer that is formed will be, first layer of secondary growth that occurs will be lighter in color. The layer that is formed just below that will be darker in color. Okay, so one layer is light in color, that is nothing but spring wood. Next layer is darker in color, autumn wood, spring wood, autumn wood. So that is the reason, because of this change in color, it looks like a alternation, color change will be seen. Okay, I drew space here, but there will not be any space. Immediately after autumn wood forms, there is no gap at all. Attached to that spring wood will develop. Okay, attached to that autumn wood will develop. So there will not be any gap in between. It's continuous. So when you count the age of the tree also, yearly one spring and one autumn. So you can count two alternative rings, one lighter ring and one darker. Together forms 1 year. Okay, one lighter wing plus one darker wing is equal to 1 year. So by counting the number of circles that are seen in the stem of the plant, we can count the age of the plant. Okay, that is first thing. Second thing, there is a difference between hardwood and sapwood also. Hardwood and sapwood. The secondary tissues, secondary growth, which occurs in the early stages, early years of life, will deposit a lot of tannins, resins, etc. These are chemical substances that are secreted by plants. All that will be deposited in the inner layers. What is the use of this deposition is, stem becomes hard, disease free, resistance from diseases. Resistance from diseases. So when an organism comes to attack this plant, when it reaches its layers, when it takes those substances in its body, it will die. That is meant by resistance from diseases. It can fight against diseases. Then durable. Durable means which can last for long time. Okay, you can see that stems are hardest part of plant. They can last for long time. Even if you cut them from trees also, they are not easily destroyed. So these three properties are because of these substances that are deposited in the inner layers. Okay, tannins and resins. So as a result, the inner layers look darker than outer layers. Outer layers are lighter. Okay, and these inner layers which are hard are called as hardwood. The outer layers which are smooth are called as sapwood. Okay, that's the difference. Next thing, sometimes tissues are formed between the cortex also. Now, what is cortex? You remember, right? Outer epidermis, inner vascular bundle. Remaining filling tissue that is present is called as cortex. In this cortex, sometimes small amount of cambium tissue will grow here and there to help in wound healing process in various ways. Okay, to form newer tissues in between. When parenchyma cells become old and worn out, they are destroyed. At that time, new cells are required. So some cells are formed in the cortex also. This cambium which develops in between cortex is called as cork cambium. Cork cambium is also called as phellogen. So it helps in repair of damaged parts. It's helping um, it helps to seal the outer wounds and all. And finally, this phellogen and cork cambium it develops to form bark, outermost bark. Okay. Sometimes it forms small breaks in epidermis also. This cork cambium causes small breaks in the epidermis for the exchange of gases. This small openings are called as lenticels. Lenticels because they have lens-like appearance. What is the use of lenticels? Extreme autumn season when there is a lot of leaf fall. At that time, plant will not have any food material maker. Okay, no leaf, no food material maker. So what happens if no one is there to make food material? Plant will not have food. To avoid that situations, some green cells of stem are active in photosynthesis. For the exchange of gases between those cells, stem have small openings called as lenticels. Okay, these are caused because of cork cambium. Right? So that is about the secondary growth, children. Monocot plants do not have secondary growth. Dicot plants have secondary growth. Dicot stem and root, both of them have secondary growth. But in monocot plants, because of absence of cambium tissue, there is no secondary growth. Okay, children.